What's up, folks? Today I wanted to do a quick demonstration on how this blade shape that we see here on the Nightshade really benefits you as you are cutting with it. I often talk about how this is one of the better blade shapes for pretty much all types of cuts, but I wanted to kind of demonstrate it a little bit more here, and just so you can really see the difference between something like this and something like this. There's more extreme examples of belly, but here we have some straight edge and then pretty significant belly all the way up to the tip. This is kind of going to do the opposite of what this is going to do. You can see one tip is pointing up, the other is pointing down. So first, I want to cut some cardboard with the Nightshade here, and pay really close attention to how the blade is interacting with the cardboard. So I'm in the middle of a cut here. I start slicing through. See how my fist is pretty perpendicular to the cardboard, but the blade is pointing down this way. So when I keep slicing through, the knife is not going to want to slip out. It's going to want to stay right in that little pocket all the way down. Now, when we work with something with some belly like this, we're doing the same thing. See, my fist is perpendicular to the cardboard. When we get out towards the tip, it has a tendency to want to do this and slip out. It's pulling the cardboard in the opposite direction. See what I mean? Another example is when you're cutting some rope. My fist is pretty perpendicular to the rope, but the tip is pointing down. It's almost creating like a scissors effect between your hand and the edge here. It's trapping that rope right in here. It doesn't want to slip out this way because the way the blade is positioned, it's pulling it back in here. So when you go to slice your rope, you're sliding along, and pretty soon you're going to be all the way through the rope before it can even slip out. We're doing the same thing with this. We're drawing the edge along the rope, but if we get up in here, it's going to want to slip out. And especially on shorter edges where we have less of a straight edge and more belly, the amount of time you have while you're still in the cut is decreased, because you're going to draw through the cut, and then maybe right here you're already going to be at the belly and you're going to slip out. So it's basically, it's doing the opposite thing that the Nightshade is doing. So hopefully that was helpful. I know sometimes it's kind of, it's probably pretty obvious when I talk about it, how it traps materials, but I thought maybe some people, if you've never handled a Nightshade, it might be a little confusing, but I'll tell you, as soon as you get one in hand and you start cutting with it, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, we also have a lot of benefits when we're doing utility cutting for the same reason. That tip is pointing right down. I'm right next to the steel scrapyard, it's really loud. The tip is pointing straight down at your material. When we have the belly, in order to get up to the tip, I have to raise my wrist way up here. We almost have to get at a 90-degree angle from the cardboard to get to our tip where we're going to do the best, most precise utility cutting. With the Nightshade here, look it, I'm already at the tip. I'm not way up here, I'm way down here. Way more comfortable, way more control over the edge. When you're way up here, you have very little control over what's happening at the tip. When it's pointing straight down, you have a lot of control. You can do all kinds of tight turns and all kinds of stuff. So, as far as the day-to-day cutting, I would pick up this Nightshade every time over a knife with belly. But at least with a blade shape like this. Because this does have belly. Belly is just a curved portion of the edge, but the belly doesn't curve up to meet the tip up here. The belly curves and meets the tip way down here. So that's the difference there. Nightshade is one of my favorite knives of all time. I know this recent drop was pretty limited with the brass or copper or titanium bolsters and the L-Max blade steel, but you can still get the 154 cm versions in either thumb studs, flipper, or the blade hole, I believe. If you want to wait for one of these, I don't mean to rub it in that you can't get one now, but just be on the lookout, because when they do come again, and they will, you want to be ready and you want to make sure you get one. It's smooth. The flipper tab is so good. Perfect. You can thumb flick it. You can reverse flick it. The ergos are great. It looks great. Titanium clip. Fantastic knife. So, anyways, just a quick video on the differences between these two blade shapes. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it was informative. I'll see you soon. Adios.